Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm talking about 8 reasons why you have to have a VPN in 2018. So guys, the first reason you really need a VPN is that to protect your IP while you're torrenting. Now, torrenting works through the peer-to-peer network. If you've been to sites like the Pirate Bay or any other torrent website out there, or you even use a BitTorrent clients, you're going to have to protect your IP address because it's not protected otherwise. When you download torrents and share files with other users, your IP is actually public knowledge, and you can find it very easily in the peer section of your BitTorrent client. So if you'd like to torrent programs, applications, content, or whatever, you're going to want to use a VPN or a proxy. The second reason you're probably going to need a VPN is if you want to watch the most amount of content that you can. Now, if you live outside of the US, and you want to watch the US Netflix content library, which has the most shows and TV shows out of all the Netflix, regions, then you're going to want to use a VPN to unblock geo restrictions. Now, if you're outside of the US, you're not going to be able to access the US version on Netflix. And chances are, if you use any old VPN out there, you might not be able to get access to Netflix in the US either, because you're going to get some kind of proxy error. You're going to have to use Torguard VPN. That's my favorite Netflix VPN to use. Check out the links in the description down below if you want to see how to do that. But anyways, guys, you can also unblock any other, US restricted content, like content restricted only to the US, like Hulu or any other application like that. Not only that, guys, but you can actually use a VPN or proxy to access UK content like BBC iPlayer. In fact, BBC actually took one of my videos down because it didn't like me sharing this information about them. It's actually kind of funny. Third on the list, guys, is if you want to practice free speech, or if you're a journalist. In the US, this isn't really a big problem. You can pretty much say whatever you want on Twitter and not get in trouble. But in other places like Egypt, Iran, China, Russia, or anywhere else in the world, really, you could get in trouble for saying something on Twitter that's politically incorrect, or just in another platform like Facebook or something else, like even a messaging app. So you're really going to want a VPN to protect your identity and your IP address, so that way you don't end up in jail. Fourth on the list is going to be using a VPN to protect your IP while using Skype or other communication services. Now, if you're using Skype, you could get your IP kind of detected from people using kind of programs out there. Not only that, but you could be DDoSed on Skype. Anyways, guys, it's probably a good idea to use a VPN to protect your information if you're going to be using programs like Skype, talking to strangers, possibly. Fifth reason why you're going to want a VPN in 2018 is to protect your information and stuff at Starbucks or just any other internet cafe, really. If you're frequenting public Wi-Fi hotspots that are free and easy to log on, you might need to be careful for man-in-the-middle attacks, hijacking, or any other attack that could be implemented from just the basic user at an internet cafe. They could steal your Facebook passwords, email passwords, stuff like that. When you use a VPN, it's going to encrypt your information so they can't steal anything from you. Now, this might seem a little bit overly cautious, but it actually does happen quite a fair amount at airports, public Wi-Fi cafes and stuff like that. So guys, just remember that if you're going to use free public Wi-Fi at hotels or wherever, you're probably going to want to be using a VPN or proxy, or you could risk losing your passwords and stuff like that. Another reason why you're going to want to be using a VPN is to protect online cloud storage, especially like I just said, in mobile locations. If you're using Dropbox or something like that, you don't want your files leaking out. So using a VPN is a good idea to protect your files and stuff like that when using Dropbox or iCloud or stuff like that. Another reason why you're going to want a VPN is perhaps to unlock international game betas with video games. If you're wanting to access a game that's not out yet in your country, using a VPN can often get you access to games by changing your geolocation. Not only that, guys, but some people like to use VPNs with video games to protect their IPs from being DDoSed and stuff like that. I know Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, sometimes people get DDoSed in games because it's through a peer-to-peer network, so the host can often, win the match by DDoSing everyone or something like that. Anyways, guys, using a VPN with a video game is often a good idea to just, it can even improve your speeds based on where you are in the world. Changing locations and stuff like that could help your speeds. Now, encryption does kind of slow things down a bit, but if you're having slow speeds, it could be something worth experimenting with. Now, last on this list is going to be online shopping. Now, if you don't like Amazon or even Google and all these other services to know like what you're into or what you're looking for, it could be a good idea to use your VPN to encrypt your IP and your internet traffic, so that way they can't really keep track of all your, searching around and stuff like that. They can't really identify you as a user, so it might be a good idea if you're super paranoid about them knowing, the stuff you're looking at. Not only that, guys, but you can also use a VPN to get some pretty good deals online. Maybe you want to get some airline tickets and stuff like that. Sometimes these websites use cookies and other forms of, IP identification to kind of stretch your price if they see you've been looking at their website a while or something like that. So often with a VPN, you could find that you could actually get better deals since it kind of registers you as like a brand new user kind of thing. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video for some of the top 8 reasons to use a VPN in 2018. Now, if this is 2019, this video is still applicable because all these reasons are still present in the world. Not only that, guys, but there's probably more reasons to use a VPN that I haven't mentioned. Stick around on the channel and find out some more.